Jemima, born into silence, in a world where privilege often isolates more than it empowers, Jemima explores the emotional cost of status and the quiet longing for genuine connection. Born into wealth, beauty, and fame, Jemima's life appears perfect, yet beneath the surface lies a deep ache for friendship and authenticity. Her bold decision to return to university in disguise marks the beginning of a transformative journey, where laughter, vulnerability, and unexpected bonds begin to rewrite her story. This is a tale of rediscovery, humility, and the courage to seek love in its purest form. Episode 1 begins here. Jemima possessed everything: wealth, class, beauty, and fame. She came from a highly respected and affluent family. Her father was among the most prosperous businessmen in the nation. Yet, the one thing Jemima lacked was friendship. The few people she trusted felt uncomfortable around her, while many others approached her either with hidden motives or quiet intimidation because of her status. This troubled her deeply. She longed for companions she could trust, people she could laugh with, confide in, and simply be herself around. But genuine connections always seemed just beyond her reach. Eventually, she convinced herself that returning to tertiary education in disguise was the only way to find what she truly desired: real friendships. Although she had already earned a degree in the United Kingdom, she was willing to start again. She applied for admission and was eventually accepted into a university program. Jemima kept her decision secret from her father and paid all her fees using her personal savings. She abandoned her luxurious cars and began commuting by trotro. In Ghana, a trotro is a shared and cheap minibus used for public transportation like any ordinary student. To blend in, she bought simple dresses and rented a modest room near campus. On the first day of lectures, new students gathered inside the lecture hall, waiting anxiously for class to begin. Unfamiliar with the tertiary system, nervous energy filled the room. Many sat quietly, each trying to understand who they were becoming in this new chapter of life. That same morning, another student named Nadia had not yet arrived. She deliberately delayed her entrance, hoping to make a memorable impression when she finally walked into the classroom. The lecturer arrived, and the lesson began. Jemima slipped into the lecture hall quietly while discussions were already underway. Despite her modest appearance, her natural elegance drew attention. Several students noticed her immediately. She quickly took an empty seat. Moments later, a young man named Nana rushed into the classroom, equally late. Breathing heavily and drenched in sweat, he hurried to the nearest seat, directly beside Jemima. Without hesitation, she handed him a handkerchief. As he wiped his face, he finally noticed her, and for a brief moment, he forgot his embarrassment, struck by her quiet beauty. The lecturer observed the scene and smiled mischievously. "Shame. How can a handsome young man like you walk around without a handkerchief?" The class burst into laughter, and Nana lowered his head in embarrassment. Seeing his discomfort, Jemima spoke gently. "Sir, the handkerchief actually belongs to him. He lent it to me on our way here," she lied to defend him. The lecturer raised an eyebrow, amused. "Oh. So you two already know each other?" End of episode 1.